What's up, guys? Hope you are doing well, and welcome to Doom: The Dark Ages release day. I know it technically releases on the 15th, but the early access time basically counts as being released. And this is a bit of a different video, as you can see from the camera being set up, because today we are going to be unboxing the collector's edition for Doom: The Dark Ages. As you can see, very big box. I'm using this area because this is my music setup. As you can see, got the vinyls there. So, let's get into it. And while we're at it, because I didn't make a video talking about my hopes and dreams for fucking Doom: The Dark Ages, I might as well get my stuff out here while I'm doing this unboxing. So, this is my first time ordering a collector's edition for a game, as they are usually very expensive, and this is no exception. But as you can tell by my channel, Doom is my favorite video game franchise. Well, one of Halo's still there. Doom Eternal is my favorite game of all time, and I am very excited for Doom: The Dark Ages. But, funnily enough, I actually don't have any Doom merch, really. I have the Steelbook for Doom 2016, as you can see over here. But that's pretty much it, outside of just owning the games digitally. But over here is going to be my first real idea of Doom merch, because the collector's edition comes with a pretty damn cool statue, and also comes with the premium edition of the game that has the early access. And I have finished opening the top, so let's take a look. So as you can see here, we have front and center the Doom: The Dark Ages Premium Edition. And the Premium Edition includes all the DLC, some skins, I believe. So here, let me show it to you. Doom: The Dark Ages Collector's Edition. Premium Edition. Read the back here. It comes with the campaign DLC, and it also comes with the Divinity Skin Pack. Now, here's something that they don't tell you about, though, before I pre-order this, and that's what's right here. Internet required. So, reports say that even on the physical disc, which is what this is for the PS5, the game isn't actually on the disc, and they expect you to download it off the PlayStation Store or Steam, whatever. It caused a bit of an uproar, but to be fair, it's probably to be expected since the game is probably too big to fit on an Xbox disc, considering that Xbox discs are only like 50 or so gigabytes. And I'm not too torn up about it, because if I had a PC that could run the Dark Ages, I probably would have just got it on Steam anyway, so that kind of takes away the physical aspect. I mainly got the PS5 one because, like I said, my PC can't run the Dark Ages. Alright, now we got the main event of the Collector's Edition, the statue. Now, in the grand scheme of things, this probably isn't the best collector's edition. I'd say that title probably goes to Eternal, considering you get like a helmet and then a bunch of other goodies as well. And also it had its own packaging. Over here, it just comes with the game, and then it comes with this humongous box right here, as you can see. Very nice art of the Slayer in front. Doom: The Dark Ages. And then there should be a window here where we can get a good look at the statue. Here we go. So as you can see, the statue's right there. Kind of covered up, but we're gonna take it out, don't worry. I'm a pretty big fan of this box. I like the way it's presented a lot, especially with the art here. But yeah, they're honestly kind of separated from each other. It kind of seems like the statue and the game are sold separately, and they just put it in the same box. Because like with the Eternal Collector's Edition, it has like one big main box, and then it has this. But let me take it down real quick so I can take out the statue. But over here, they're kind of bundled together. All right, right on top, the Steelbook. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of Steelbooks. I like the Doom 2016 one I have, but I'm just using this to hold CDs because it's just the lame cover art. It's not the proper Doom box art. And over here, this Steelbook it looks nice. It's clean, but it's not even for the game. What it's really holding is a key card. And also, look at that art. That art should have been on the front, let's be honest. But yeah, no, here we got a nice key card. Made out of metal. Pretty small, but it's nice. Kind of wish it came with like the soundtrack on it, like the Doom Eternal cassette did. And then if you look in here, it's just padding. Yeah, it's just padding. I wonder if you take it out. No, you can't take it out, all right. I think it's glued in there. So you got a steelbook. Looks nice, but it's only really used to hold this key card. So could be better. But don't worry, because that's going to be made up for with this big ass statue. As you can see, it's encased in the plastic shell. And here is the main event. Look at that. Let me put it back a bit further so you can see it. There we go. That looks awesome. Hold on. Take it off. Oh. Oh my god, that looks great. Hold on, let me get you a good look at the details. It is very well painted. I saw some like prototype images of what the statue looks like, and it didn't look that great here, but over here, like in person, it looks a lot better. As you can see, you got the shield saw on this side, the scratches. On the back, you have his machine gun turret. This part is obviously for the cape, but I'll go get the cape in a bit. Then he's standing over the remains of a demon. And over here, the good old super shotgun. Nice double barrel, and it is a lever action in the Dark Ages from what we've seen. So you can get a good look at him. And let's go put on the cape. All right, got it on. That was way too much trouble. As you can see, one of the pegs broke off. It had like a snapping sound, and I thought that meant that it was snapping into the statue, but it was actually the fucking peg breaking off. So not the best experience to get it on, but if you finagle it enough, you can get it on. So let me just show you the full round thing with the cape. That is very fragile. I do not want to touch the cape because I feel like it's going to come off. But yeah, there you go. Cape is on. Has the super shotgun. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a metal chain down here for his belt. And it like goes all the way around. So that's cool. All right. So over here he has the super shotgun. And what he also comes with is this mace. So let me take out the mace and let's try to put it on in place of the super shotgun. Shit. Here. As you can see, it's a separate hand. We got a metal chain here, if it would focus. If it wouldn't focus on the thing. Okay, here. We got a metal chain and a spiked ball. Pretty nice. All right. So from the looks of it, you have to take off the entire hand. So let me hope. Oh, okay. It came off pretty easy. I was getting worried there for a second, but this seems to be pretty painless. So we just put this hand on, then boom. Now all we got to do is put the mace in a good resting spot. There's like holes for where the spikes are supposed to be, so it shouldn't be too hard to line up. Here we go. Here's what Doom Guy looks with the mace. As you can see, the chain is dangling there, and here we go. Very nice feeling cape, though. I'll give it that. Very fragile cape, though, as well. So if you get this for yourself, be very careful about how you put the cape on. I'll probably try to super glue the peg later. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I don't think I want to take off the peg. But yeah, that looks nice. Great fucking statue, man. And it's also pretty big as well. I don't really know what to compare it with because, as you can see, I mainly have Transformers here. So here we go. We'll compare next to Leader Class Revenge of the Fallen Optimus. He stands at about a foot tall by himself, as you can see. So If you're not counting the base, I think he himself stands at about a foot, so that's in line with this guy, because this guy's about like 10 inches, I think, so close enough. So yeah, here. Let you get a good look at the Slayer. And then I'm going to cut over to the PS5 to see how we install this shit. Moving over to the PS5, as you can see, I have Eternal installed. I mainly play it on PC, but I also own it on PlayStation. So on the PS5, here's our game, if you can see it. And we're going to put it in and see what happens. So from what I've heard, because the game isn't actually on disc, you can't really play it early because you can't install everything. But I have heard that you can preload the game before it goes live at 7, so that's what I'm planning on doing. Here we go. It's queued for copy, so it's letting us download now. Great. The icon is kind of lame. It's just a black background, unlike what they had with Eternal. But yeah, you are the super weapon in a medieval war against hell. So if I remember correctly, the game is pretty big. Yeah, 84 gigabytes. Might take a solid hour or two. But that's okay. So there you go. That's it. So really cool statue, as you can see there. Having the premium edition is nice because the premium edition by itself is $100. So, and then you get all the DLC for the campaign, so I don't have to try to buy it all separately like I did when Eternal came out. So while we're at it, let's go to the PlayStation Store. I'll go ahead and redeem the code so you guys can see what's going on. All right, here we go. And then this is the premium upgrade. So it comes with the campaign DLC, the digital art book and soundtrack, and the Divinity skin pack. And then the DLC availability is going to be provided later, clearly. I wonder if it's going to be like Eternal, where all the DLC comes out in the same year. But the art book and the original soundtrack is its own install. So on top of you installing the game, the art book and soundtrack is its own app. So you go into it, and I'm assuming you get to look at the art book. Now, I think this is kind of lame, to be honest, because having the art book, great. Soundtrack, also great. At the same time, why is it digital? I'm a sucker for full color art books, like the actual physical ones, and I wish it came with that. Because let's be honest, if you're buying a Doom the Dark Ages Collector's Edition, paying this much for a statue and the premium edition for the game, you probably want a bit of something extra, you know? But, oh well. Could be better, could be worse. But I'm pretty happy with what comes with this. So let me get one final look at the statue over here. I'm pretty happy with what's going on. As for the Dark Ages itself, the main things I'm expecting are just a good game. I don't think it has ever really missed, so I'm not too concerned about, oh, what if this game isn't good? And I'm not really expecting it to be as good as Eternal. I'm going in with pretty okay expectations. Like, I wouldn't say crazy. I wouldn't say, like, unrealistic. So, all right, that's going to be enough for this video. I hope you guys have a good day, and hope you have fun with the Dark Ages once you get your hands on it.